Creatures lurk in the deep parts of the ocean, many of them still unidentified. These creatures are not myths like the Kraken or the Loch Ness Monster, but deadly living creatures with the ocean as their habitat. From snails that can kill you without noticing and delicious-looking creatures you shouldn't eat to sea monsters that would scare you out of your skin. Cone snail. There is no anti-venom or treatment for the cone snail. You either survive it or you don't. It's that simple. Cone snail is a general name for the highly venomous sea snails. There are more than 600 species of cone snails in the world, and while they look cute and innocent, they can sting humans. They have colorful shells with complex patterns, and you might be tempted to pick one up and hold it. Most people that couldn't resist that urge have ended up in trouble. Cone snail venom is highly toxic and a death sentence for humans. Scientists think the cone snail's venom could have beneficial properties, and they are looking into it. Cone snails don't have humans on their diet. They feed on marine worms and eat other snails when food is hard to come by. They have a sharp proboscis from their mouth when they sense food and sting their prey. Their sting has a pain-killing property, so you might not feel it immediately. The lack of pain is what makes the cone snail very deadly. You won't even realize that you have venom coursing in your blood vessels. The cone snail sting penetrates gloves. Even divers are not safe. There is no antivenom, but doctors can keep the toxin from spreading through your body. Stingray. The stingray is an underwater creature with a deadly sting capable of killing people effortlessly. It has poisonous sharp spines on its tail and isn't friendly to animals and humans. Stingrays are not dangerous and do not attack with intent, but they can be very deadly when they sting a swimmer. They burrow into the sand in shallow waters, and if you are not careful, you could step on one and get stung. Stingrays are usually found in tropical and subtropical waters around the world. There are about 200 species in several parts of the world. If you are careful, you can avoid being stung by a stingray. If you are stung by one, you can seek first aid. If the spine punctures somewhere in the neck, abdomen, throat, or chest, do not try to remove it. Wait until you can see a doctor or any medical personnel. If you have to remove it, do it while in the water and allow the salt water to clean your wound. Stonefish. The stonefish is regarded as one of the most dangerous fishes in the world. You will find it along the coast of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. The sting of the stonefish is so painful that people are hospitalized, and they often die from the pain. Swimmers in these regions are at risk of getting attacked by this sea monster because the venom travels through the skin to the bloodstream if they step on it. This is how most people get hurt, but some people usually pick this strange-looking fish up without knowing the repercussions. Stonefish is native to tropical waters, but can also be found in the Red Sea and Australia's Great Barrier Reef. That saying about everything in Australia trying to kill you couldn't be more accurate. Stonefish feed on small invertebrates and marine animals and grow 14 to 20 inches long. Stonefish use camouflage to catch prey or ambush predators. They squat close to the ocean floor and lay there undetected, thanks to their flat head. They don't run after their prey. They remain still, like a stone. This is probably why they are called stonefish. Lionfish. The lionfish is a beautiful fish, but it is one of the most venomous creatures. You might know them as firefish or zebrafish because of how they look. Physically, they usually have white, black, or red bands on their body. They have distinctive spiky fins that radiate around their bodies. Lionfish are impressive predators and are dangerous to divers and fishermen. If you are stung by a lionfish, you will experience vomiting, excruciating pain, and difficulty breathing. Symptoms like heartburn, diarrhea, numbness, and headache are also side effects of the sting. The lionfish's venom hardly kills people, but there have been cases where people have been hospitalized and died after being stung. Some people have recovered from being stung by a lionfish without being hospitalized. After being stung by a lionfish, the most important thing to do is to stop the bleeding and remove the spine. The pain will be intense for a few hours, but it lessens after a while. The discoloration and swelling from the sting will also go away after some days. If you want to fish for lionfish, you better wear gloves or fish for something that doesn't sting. Monkfish. The monkfish is probably the most dangerous creature on this list. It is a bottom dweller and a master at ambushing prey. It will sit and wait for its prey to disappear before it attacks at lightning speed. They have a hefty appetite, and their mouth can accommodate prey weighing up to 50 pounds. The monkfish might have a fancy name, but it is one of the scariest things you could see in the water. It has arm-like fins, a long dark body, closed-set eyes, and a wide gaping mouth with multiple sets of teeth. When prepared, the monkfish is delicious and an absolute delight, but there is something scary about it. Health experts advise that more seafood should be consumed because of the omega-3 fatty acids. Some seafood is an exception to the order. The FDA has warned people not to buy monkfish because it could be a pufferfish containing a lethal toxin known as tetrodotoxin. This warning went out after 2 Americans fell ill after eating monkfish. When the sample was taken and analyzed, they realized that they had life-threatening levels of tetrodotoxin, which shouldn't be found in monkfish. The monkfish resembles a tadpole with a broad head and a gradually tapering tail. It has eyes that look like pearls and pectoral fins that look like wings. Barracuda. Barracudas are very aggressive. They can be found in tropical and subtropical saltwater, usually in coral reefs close to the ocean's surface. They have pointed heads that give them an underbite when they want to attack. These monsters can move up to 27 miles per hour, so you have no chance. Snorkelers are sometimes mistaken for prey and are attacked by this murderous fish. Attacks by barracudas are rare, but it hardly ends well. There are over 26 species of the barracuda, and they can measure up to 20 inches in length. Depending on the species, they come in different colors and sizes, but they have similar characteristics. While the barracuda is sleeping, it is aware of its surroundings and alert to danger. Disturbing one while it is asleep is tantamount to asking for a fight. Titan triggerfish. In coral reefs stretching from Thailand to Australia, you will find the Titan triggerfish. This fish is very aggressive and will bite divers that swim too close to their nest with extreme prejudice. If you love diving to see the coral reefs in the Red Sea, Indonesia, Thailand, Fiji, and Australia, you will come across them, and you should avoid them at all costs. Titan triggerfish feed on mollusks, sea urchins, coral, and tube worms, and grow up to 30 inches. Their bites are not venomous, but they can do a great deal of damage to humans with their teeth. Titan triggerfish always sport a green or dark gray color with dorsal and anal fins. The territory of the Titan triggerfish is a danger zone without warnings. If you see one, don't get too close. Its nest is usually located in the sand adjacent to the coral. When it attacks, it keeps charging and snapping with its teeth till you swim out of its territory. If you are caught in Titan triggerfish territory, swim away horizontally because their zone is some sort of upward cone. The Titan triggerfish is fast, so don't take your eyes off it. Box jellyfish. The most dangerous underwater creature in Australia is not a shark, as you might hope. It is a deadly creature known as the box jellyfish. You might have seen this creature topping lists like these. The box jellyfish doesn't look threatening. It is cute and would definitely pique your curiosity. The sting of the box jellyfish is what makes it deadly. You could die within mere minutes if urgent medical attention is not sought. Survivors will remain in excruciating pain for weeks, and the tentacles leave scars even after the wound is healed. The box jellyfish can swim. Most jellyfish can't. They can move fast when needed, making hunting prey as easy as a walk in the park. Box jellyfish can be found in coastal waters, but the more poisonous species will be found in the Indo-Pacific region and northern Australia. It has a cluster of eyes on each side of its box body that allows it to see. Researchers believe that their eyesight helps them hunt shrimp and other small fish. Each pair of eyes has a sophisticated lens, iris, cornea, and retina like the human eye. The box jellyfish has about 15 tentacles that can grow up to 10 feet. Notice how 2 creatures from Australia made it to this list? If you go swimming in Australian waters, keep your eyes peeled for these deadly ocean creatures.